Now, when it comes to Drake and Kendrick Lamar, well, if you are ready to see how just with the first night of Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour in Toronto, things got so crazy that the night ended with fans chanting for an encore, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And really, as what went down at this show from Kendrick Lamar is showing more than ever that Drake is done, and Kendrick's run has been so great that he has now even won over Drake's entire city. Make sure to leave that like so everyone could see how this new era in hip-hop has never been more prevalent. And now with that said, when it comes to what just went down from Kendrick Lamar coming to the Rogers Center and bringing the Grand National Tour to Drake's turf, well again, just with another stop on this record-breaking run, the one thing that the entire Drake community has shown is that they are in absolute shambles over Kendrick coming to the Six, and they have never been more pathetic because of it, as really with all of OVO and the people around them, we have just never seen a further display of embarrassment from everyone, whether it's Drake, Top 5, Academics, Smiley, the Pizza Party people, Maul, or anyone else. Because with all of these crash outs, no matter who we want to look at, whether it's Academics just embarrassing Drake, whether he realized it or not, by saying that Drake has not left the house for 2 days with Kendrick Lamar being on his turf. Top 5, who showed how much of a loser he really is by just trying to look for Kendrick Lamar all around Toronto, or the OVO Pizza Party people, which saw a group of fans trying to play Drake's music outside the Rogers Center, and it went so bad that it ended up getting cancelled ultimately, which makes it even funnier. Well, really, with all of this, no matter who we want to look at, the entire crew of people around Drake and who all despise Kendrick Lamar, with their moves to try and go against Kendrick and this show from happening, just made the victory of this entire moment even sweeter, because just from seeing the reactions from everyone involved in this and how there has been chaos all around these crash outs because of Kendrick just having the ability to play Not Like Us now for everybody on Drake's own home turf to hear. While all of these losers probably didn't think about this, as they have tried to downplay Kendrick Lamar for so long and call him overrated and act like what he is doing is not special and that it's just the usual for Drake overall, while their words have tried to convince us of that, their choices have shown us the complete opposite. Because really, what other rapper in the entire history of the genre has a fan base and artist been so shook from that they are hiding out like Drake even on his own turf? Or in the case of the fans, are handing out pizza to try and cope with the fact that they are stuck on the side of hip-hop that has to listen to SSS for you and not GNX. And now with all of this, before we even get to the show, while all these people who rep OVO just embarrass themselves, at least one thing in the Six prepared for this night properly, with New Ho Kim, who celebrated Kendrick Lamar claiming the throne and welcomed his victory, and really considering the significance that this place held in the beef. As of course, if we go back, it was mentioned in Euphoria, and then Drake tried to have a gotcha moment with it in the Family Matters video. Well, seeing it celebrate Kendrick the way it did truly feels like the most fitting way symbolically to end up representing what happened with this entire performance, because really, if there was one thing that was achieved as Kendrick Lamar played in the Six, well, it was not the pizza parties and everything else that the losers and crash outs around Drake did, but to nobody's surprise who has just been watching this all-time great run, of course Kendrick Lamar was the winner here, as he achieved everything he needed to and so much more, both in the tangible sense and with what this means for hip-hop as a whole and this beef with Drake once and for all. As really, even with just one of these shows out of the way, Kendrick Lamar has managed to prove even more than ever that he is one of one, and that in this era of hip-hop that we are currently in, absolutely nobody is matching him, and really, even on turf that is so far from his own, and that his rival has hyped up as the very place that would always have his back. And again, just to remember how desperate Drake has been to prove this ever since the beef, he has spent his entire recent run trying to convince himself and everyone that they will support him over and over again, with weird songs like Wagwan Delilah all the way after losing the beef so bad, or even as a whole with weird albums like SSS for You, which once again tried to make up for everything that Drake did that he got called out on Not Like Us for. And now, despite Drake trying to claim that he is the king of hip-hop and this city specifically still, well again, and what the lesson really should be here is that maybe Drake should have focused on his own craft and how he can become a better rapper and artist, and at that one who is playing into the place he is from in an actual way that feels meaningful and deserved, rather than trying to get other artists affiliated with Kendrick like Schoolboy Q's shows cancelled here and just playing around with all the same old antics that he has been in this entire era. Because really, While Drake has been running away from his fans and even his home city and has been trying to do things that will get him as far away from Kendrick Lamar as possible, well, for Kendrick Lamar, he has done the exact opposite, and now he has really completed the run he has been on in a way, because in terms of all these performances, if we go back to his first show in the beef in the pop-out, from his own turf to everywhere else, Kendrick has proved that he is the king of every single major marquee spot in hip-hop, because truly, from starting things out with bringing together the people around him first and then going to show every city that he is the biggest rapper wherever you put him, well, truly, Kendrick Lamar has been on a mission that has all been leading to this very show and moment, and now within the most pivotal place that Kendrick could have tested. Well, Kendrick truly showed that maybe in this spot more than anyone else, Kendrick is so beloved here, and way more than Drake is, because truly, with the energy that was in the Rogers Center for these shows, I got bad news for Drake, but there is no other way to put it. It was like nothing else we have ever seen, because genuinely, between Kendrick Lamar becoming the first ever rapper to fill up this venue and has now played the biggest show a rapper ever has in the city that Drake tried to hype up would always be on his side, to how fans reacted to everything Kendrick did, which ultimately, no matter what you want to say and how they try to spin things, ended up giving us a performance where Kendrick had even more energy than usual, which if you have seen this show or have seen anything from it is saying so much. And to get in ultimately made the fans and the people of the place that Drake said would always be down for and ask for an encore of the diss song, that Drake has just lost it over like no other rapper has ever lost anything before with in Not Like Us. And so with this, truly, Kendrick Lamar can say for sure that just after one night of being he is really getting way more love in Drake's own city than he ever has, as truly with this entire show. But what we especially witnessed when Kendrick played Not Like Us is that Kendrick Lamar's reign on hip-hop has now become so great and his run so dominant that he is not just the king of the West and the genre as a whole, but he is running even Drake's own turf more than Drake really is. And now no matter what the desperate people in OVO try to say to avoid facing this reality, not just has Drake doing co-headlining shows with Travis Scott, Future, Lil Wayne, Migos, and so many other stars never been able to fill up a show like this and get all of these fans to come out at once, but also with the people at this show loving the moments where Kendrick was doing the Drake disses songs more than any other city almost, because within this show, nobody else from what I have seen has ever asked for an encore of Not Like Us, at least since the pop-out which started this entire run of Kendrick Lamar in terms of getting back on stage after the beef. When we put into perspective that Toronto is the first city since the pop-out show to ask for an encore, that is genuinely unreal, as truly within the energy that the crowd had for euphoria like that, and especially Not Like Us, the message that is being sent is very clear, and how Drake and everyone should see this going forward is that with Kendrick Lamar bringing this all-time great track here and having one of the most exciting performances we have ever seen of it due to the stakes being so high and the crowd just being so into it. Truly what the Six did and showed us is that they are pushing Drake to the side and are telling the rest of the hip-hop space, and Kendrick Lamar especially, that they do not back Drake and do not support the clown antics and very sentiments that he was called out for on Not Like Us, and instead, well, really, it seems like they agree with Kendrick Lamar's very ideas, and this is why there was so much excitement and happiness to just get this show after Drake didn't just clearly annoy his own home turf, but clearly they feel like Drake has ran away from them for so long, and that's probably why even here, the whole Atlanta part of the track resonates with them, because Drake really has ran away from his own city's music scene for so long, and has not just failed to put anyone on or even push a signature sound more that could help others, but again, and this has always been the whole problem, he is so obsessed with being someone who he truly is not that he is clearly disassociating with them as a whole, and truly with the moment we saw from Kendrick Lamar. Well, again, it's not about what Drake thinks anymore, it's about what the people have chosen, and that is Kendrick. Now really with this now, with Kendrick collecting another hip-hop infinity stone in this marquee moment, everybody now should see that for Drake's own city to do this, well, while Top 5 can crash out however many times he wants, and the OVO fans can throw as many pizza parties to try and stop things from happening, they are just not going to change what has happened in this all-time run, which has now revealed more than ever that when it comes to the masses and actual hip-hop things, well, even in Drake's home city, they don't want him representing what they stand for, and instead, they have chosen Kendrick Lamar to be the king of the genre just like everybody else has, and now going forward, you are Drake C in this moment, you have to realize that you have been doing something wrong, and clearly you need to reflect. If even the Six is claiming Kendrick over you, but I'm sure in typical Drake fashion, he probably won't learn anything from this and will only embarrass himself more. And now what's truly surreal about this entire moment is, well, no matter how bad this was for Drake and what was shown on night one, as Kendrick has another show coming up, and at that, He will be performing the diss tracks that forever solidify him as the boogeyman on Friday the 13th. Well, between the surprises Kendrick Lamar can have coming and what Drake is about to see with how much he has truly lost, as this show is supposed to be even bigger, well, now as this next moment comes, which is supposed to be even bigger, and Kendrick is already sitting on the throne that Drake thought he would always have. Well, what we can say for sure is that things are only going to get more crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious from here. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think about what Kendrick Lamar just did, as he delivered a show like we have never seen, and is shown once and for all that even on Drake's own home turf, the people are choosing Kendrick over him. And now going forward, what do you think is going to happen with this next show? And now if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a link here, it helps me out a ton. And now if you want to see how right before this, well, despite Drake trying to distract everybody from Kendrick Lamar doing this, that ultimately failed, as he just got even more desperate for a collab with Kai Cenat, which didn't work out. And again, all of this is just making Drake just look never worse than ever. Check out the suggested video.